Welcome back to my channel and welcome to my February faves and fails. This month I have a lot to go through and I'm a little concerned that I'm looking super bronzy here on camera. I have been using some bronzing techniques behind the scenes that I just may get into this video, as well as some other lifestyle things like how I'm getting my hair super curly and how it's lasting all day long. So if you're interested in learning about some of these makeup favorites that I have been loving and you guys have been loving and letting me know in the comments of my videos and on Instagram, and here's some things that are, I think, breaking me out, not doing so great for me, and I'm having some Boxycharm drama. So if you want to know any of this, let's dive in. Grab your tea, grab your snack, grab your water, get comfy, because we got a lot to cover. Cheers! I let you guys know in, I think, the fall time frame, I had done a little mini haul going to the drugstore, and I picked up a foundation that I let you know I was super excited about, but really couldn't make it work. And a lot of you gave me some tips during that video on how I could make it work. So I kind of waited a little bit, tested the waters here and there, just kind of trying out different techniques. And I have now discovered a combination I love using two drugstore foundations that are cruelty-free. The foundation I struggled with was the number 7 Beautifully Matte Foundation All Day Velvet Matte Perfection. It even has some sunscreen in it. You guys know I was super excited because the claims on this product were outstanding and I really wanted to try it. But in that fall winter time frame, in the beginning of it all, I just hated it, really hated it, and really thought about returning it. Thank you guys so much for all of your recommendations and the comments, because that actually helped me to realize, okay, give it this moment, don't just immediately return it, try it. A couple of different ways, so that way you can figure out what works for you. I am absolutely loving it with this other cruelty-free foundation. I mix and mash them all over my face, and it gives me the perfect coverage and perfect flawless look all day long. The product I combine this with is, if you are a regular on this channel, this will not shock you, my COVERGIRL OLAY Simply Ageless Foundation. I have 4 different shades of these because I'm always hunting for my perfect shade with this, but I love the way it looks on my skin. It's a nice medium coverage foundation that doesn't mask me completely, so you can't even see any freckles, but it does, conceal those imperfections. Combining it with this foundation has truly upped the game for me in not only lastability, but also making my pores disappear, making my skin look just flat out flawless. Little side note, I am working on a declutter video right now behind the scenes. I've already started filming it, and I'm actually working with a different primer base this morning that I'm not going to tell you about, but stay tuned and be subscribed to hear what I'm possibly decluttering. And I feel like that has shifted even how this looks today, because this combination I have been loving for weeks and weeks and weeks now throughout February. That's why I felt confident at the end of the month to tell you what I was loving with these two. Trying in a different base product that I yesterday was like, I think I might have to declutter this. This wear test today may be confirming it, because even though I think it still looks nice, it's not as flawless as I know it can look, and I'm blaming it on a primer that I'm going to talk about in a future video. The combination of these two products, though, is so perfect for my skin. This product actually eliminates the extra heaviness, the thickness that this piece can definitely bring to my face, but this provides that extra smoothing technique, so it really vanishes all of my pores, makes everything look velvety smooth. But without this piece, it's too much. So combining these two for my skin is amazing. I'm absolutely loving the way my skin has been looking, like for that base face makeup, to try so many other things that I can't wait to tell you about here, because I got a lot of great products in February that I want to tell you more about. I picked up this next concealer back in my November haul that I did for my birthday. So I got this in kind of like one of those travel mini samples while I was standing in line at Ulta waiting to check out. You know how sometimes they have those stands that just have all of the sample sizes just conveniently there while you're waiting and perusing it going, do I want that? Do I want that? Oh, I've heard about that. You know how they get us. And so I ended up buying this IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer. Mine is in the shade Light Natural. It's a neutral shade, which actually works really well for me since that is my undertone. I have a love-hate with this product, and the thing is pretty much after November, once I was trying it, I was like, woo, this is a full coverage baby. This will conceal anything I got going on, which there's some good and bad to that. I do tend to gravitate more now to more of a medium coverage, light coverage, natural look to my face. I think it makes us more youthful, kind of makes it easier for us when we're wearing masks, all that good stuff. But I have recently run out of some of my normal concealers. I've used them up, like my ColourPop No Filter Concealer. Update on that. I just, like, do you call it panning it when it's in a tube? I totally completed that. I love it. And I almost bought another one, but I was like, let's kind of go through your collection. And I'm going to talk about some more concealers, faves, and fails coming up. Stay tuned. But this one, I just kept feeling like, wow, it's really thick, and I like a lighter coverage. What I have learned with this is this can not only mask anything you have going on under your under eyes, it can also erase any of the lines that you have under your eyes, at least a little bit. I notice with some of my other concealers, I'll still see some creasing, even though they say a no creasing, no filter concealer, all those claims. I usually still about midday see some like lines through there, but I know I have a very expressive face. I have very, very expressive eyes. That's fine. This really just kind of made them disappear. I was loving how this looked. So it's kind of like, it's nice to have more of a medium coverage on your face to make you look real and not like you're wearing a mask of makeup. But with this, you could really tighten up those under eyes and maybe cover up some imperfections. This has really helped with the no creasing situation that I have had going on for a little bit. I'm really, really enjoying it. Now, keep in mind, I'm going to talk about some powders here in a second that I think are also helping that, but this has become a really great product for me. However, I'm not a big fan, and I think even if I got a bigger version, I think it would still be the same type of tube. The application is like squeezing it out and then kind of putting it on your face and applying it with your fingertips. That's generally how I do this. I personally do prefer more of like a pump motion instead of like a squeezy tube, because I can tend to be a little too rough there, and that's where we need to be delicate. So I'm not a huge fan of the component of the actual product, but I am liking the formula and that you only need a little bit of this product because it goes a long, long way. You don't want to do too much of this or you will have some cake face. But if you just use this lightly, pack it and press it into your under eyes, it is beautiful. I really enjoy this, but a little warning, it is a very heavy coverage, so you don't need a lot, and then use your fingertips to spread it out, and then a nice damp sponge helps it all look glorious. Loving this. I do have a fail when it comes to concealers, so I feel like I should address that before I tell you one other concealer that I'm thoroughly enjoying. I let you guys know recently that I still really recommended a lot of different products that I was kind of running out of or that were still in my collection. The e.l.f. 16-hour camo concealer was something I used up. I had 2 of them. I had a lighter one that really was kind of more my jam and my skin tone for most of the year, and then a darker one. The issue I had with that was that you have to move super duper quickly. You can't like apply a little bit of it all over your face and then just work in sections, because by the time you get to that next section, it will be drying and really hard to move, and it starts to leave some like patchiness on your skin. So that was really that was a struggle bus moment for me, but I still really enjoyed it. The one I had left in my beauty space was really, really dark, really tan, and even though I've bronzed myself up a bit today, it still just wasn't jiving with me, and I think it was getting older. It was starting to be even more complicated to work with, so I did end up decluttering the e.l.f. 16-hour camo concealer, not because it wasn't good. I did use up one whole one that I loved. It was more my color range. It's just, I think maybe not only does it dry really quickly on your face, it might age a little bit faster in the tube because of the formula. I'm not too sure, but I'm enjoying being able to just kind of like set things on and kind of take my time with my makeup some mornings and not have to move super quickly. It was just a little bit of a fickle formula. So I did declutter the last one that I had in my collection very recently. To replace said product, I kept hearing a lot about this MILANI concealer, and a lot of you know when I was wanting a very full coverage but glorious foundation. I loved the Milani Conceal and Perfect Foundation. Well, when I heard they had a concealer, I can't lie, I was already like curious about it last year. But I had so many things in my collection. You guys know I don't try to bring in excess if I have great things. So I was using up stuff. And like I said, I finished the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. Love that. I've owned that quite a few times. Kind of had to get rid of the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. I'm still loving my Too Faced Concealer, but I'm wanting some other options in my collection. So I did go ahead and purchase the Milani Conceal and Perfect Concealer. Mine is in the shade 120 Light Vanilla. This is a Longwear concealer, and it is newer to my collection, so I don't feel like I can fully say it's a fave, but I kind of needed a replacement for when I don't want something too thick like this. And the Too Faced is also really thick, and you get a lot of products, so it's awesome. But I was wanting to try something else because I am just trying to complement skin tones and see what I can work with. So I'm really enjoying using this. This is just something I'm currently using. I can't say it's a fave or a fail yet, but I thought I owed it to you guys to let you know what I am trying behind the scenes right now. A primer that I am loving, because I did mention earlier, I'm not loving the primer I have on at the moment right now. There is a primer that I do adore, and I don't feel like I've been able to talk about it too much because I have been investigating it behind the scenes since practically November. That same Ulta haul that I did, I picked this up and I wanted to give it enough of a try with different types of makeup, different types of foundation to know how I truly felt about it. And if you follow me on Instagram, and if you don't, you can follow me right here. I'm starting to do more reels and a TikTok. I did mention in one of my more recent videos, I do have a TikTok now. Again, saying TikTok feels like I'm asking a kid to open a PDF for me because I do feel like I'm a little like, am I young enough to say TikTok even? I don't know. But I do have a TikTok. I will link them below because I did let you guys know of a Sunday morning, like who my lineup was that day, what I was trying. And I did let you guys know there as well that I have been putting this in my rotation. This is the Tarte Timeless Soothing Primer. This is definitely kind of one of those putty primers that you can really press the product into those bossy pores. If you're anything like me, I have them right up front, and they like to be the center of the show, and I don't want them to be the center of the show. So a lot of the makeup I have been loving in these past, what, 6-8 months now, are things that blur and mask and make my skin look like glass, make it look nice and seamless, and this is a product that has absolutely been helping with that. When I first got this, I couldn't help obviously but compare it to some of the other things that I have in my collection that are more of a putty or a canvas base, like the Tatcha or the e.l.f. Poreless Putty. And for a while I wasn't sure I liked this as much, but now that I've given it more time, like I said, I don't want to just jump in and be like, oh, this is my new favorite, it's replacing things. No, I need to investigate behind the scenes. I do think this is something that I like a lot, and it has definitely been masking those pores without being too heavy. It doesn't move on my face. At first I wasn't sure if it was, but I think that was more some skincare that I was trying behind the scenes because you know we get so much of it with Boxycharm. So I was really happy to see that over time I am still really enjoying this, and since I don't feel like I've given this enough love here on my channel, I needed to let you guys know. Okay, so we've talked about the base faces of primers, foundations, concealers. I'm an oily girl. How does this girl keep it all together? Powder. Say it with me, sisters, powder. I know not everybody needs to set their face, but I am a girl that absolutely needs to move quickly after those things. I've had these in my collection since last year as well, but I haven't, again, talked about them too much because I've been trying a lot of stuff in this tiny beauty space, from Boxycharm, things I've brought in, but also I really do want to be able to say these are fave products, so I put them through the ringer behind the scenes a lot. So I've got two powders to talk to you about that I don't feel like I've given, again, enough love to. This is the Tarte Double Duty Beauty Shape Tape Setting Powder. Yes, do they have a setting powder? Did you know that there's a setting powder for Shape Tape? I didn't. Even though I don't own Shape Tape anymore, and I haven't for probably a couple years now, this powder intrigued me because, again, I have very expressive eyes, I have a very expressive face, so I'm always looking for another powder to help keep my ish in line, and I'm an oily skin girl, so I need to constantly be thinking about what's a good product for me that will work through all of it. The heat, my crazy skin, hormones, humidity, all of it. And I'm a face toucher. I am my own worst enemy. This is a product I like to use specifically for under the eyes and down the nose with a brush in the mornings. I like to take what you kind of look at as more like a little puppy paw or a kitty paw brush. I like to dip it into there and gently pack underneath the eyes after making sure I have no creasing left from my concealer or my foundations, and just really pack that in, also on the lids and down the sides of the nose. That tends to be where my makeup can fall apart or crease on me. And since this was the Double Duty Beauty Shape Tape Setting Powder, I was like, that's immediately where I think of, because when I had Shape Tape, that's where I used it. And so far, I have been super duper impressed with how this has done. Is it anything like revolutionary? Maybe not, but I'm glad to have this in my collection because I am still loving to try new powders, especially loose powders as an oily skin girl, because I always feel like I can move and blend those into my skin and my routine seamlessly, because I've even used this kind of with a fluffier brush all over the face just to kind of pack it down, and it's done a great job for that too. But another powder that is a compact that I, at first tried it and I was kind of like, I don't get the hype. So I kind of went away from it, tried a bunch of other powders that I have in my collection, and came back to it. I am obsessed with this, and if you are an oily skin girl or if your makeup tends to move, you may enjoy this as well. But I say that with hesitation because it's not a cheap drugstore brand, and I do love me some Drugstore, and I'm gonna say it one more time before I get into this expensive favorite. The COVERGIRL Advanced Radiance Compact Powder is one of my ultimate diehards. I've probably bought like, I don't know, 8 to 9 of these in my lifetime. Heck, in my lifetime, maybe even more. But this is the product that I have loved to use for setting the face a lot. Just gonna say this out front if you do not want a higher end brand, because I get it. But if you do want to splurge on your oily skin girls, especially in the summer months, I do love the All Nighter from Urban Decay. This is a waterproof setting powder. Now, I do not go into this the same way I do the COVERGIRL. The COVERGIRL, I'll tell you, I'll take that little pad that it comes with, smear a bunch of product on there and go right under the eyes. It's super creamy and great for that, down the nose, and then I can pack it all over the face if I want to. I go in with a much lighter hand with this. I think I tried to treat this as the COVERGIRL product originally, and that didn't work as well for me. So I like to take a fluffy brush like this, pack into it, and then press. I don't even usually swipe unless I've done some packing motions first, all over the face to really set the foundations, set down all of the stuff that I have going on as the base face, and then kind of work my way up even under the eye a little bit, down around that neck area and the chin, kind of pressing motions to keep it all together. I have found this works so great at helping, again, keep your makeup on all day long. This, with the combination of these two foundations, I'm going to tell you now, I went out with my mask on and had my mask on for probably a good 45 minutes to an hour. I was talking through my mask, and a lot of times if I'm talking with my mask, my nose makeup will disappear on the cheeks sometimes, down the chin. It hardly budged at all with this combo. I'm just saying, I'm learning tips and tricks to not only keep my makeup on through oily skin and still make it look beautiful and not like a cake face, but also through masks. I'm loving that, and when I find out stuff, I tell you the tips too. I was really skeptical because of the price tag on this, and anytime something is extra expensive, I'm always like, but I love my COVERGIRL, do I need this? If you want to just amp your game up a little bit, I do really love this. I'll have a link below, but if you don't want it, it's okay. I'll still link the COVERGIRL below too, because that's so good. After I powder down my face, the next thing I personally enjoy doing is then going directly to the brows, because twofold. One, at that point, I need to see brows to know where I'm going to go with the rest of my makeup sometimes, but mostly, two, is to let the powders that I have set down bake or cook. That really allows everything to settle a bit before you go in with more brushes and powders, like for bronzers and contours and blushes and highlights and all the other good stuff we do. You guys definitely came through in one of my last videos. I think it was my January faves and fails, because I told you I was a fail. I burned through my ColourPop Brow Boss pencils at the same time. I bought two, and I was supposed to put one as a backup, and I just apparently rotated them until they were both gone at the same time. It was a tragic moment, and I was asking you guys, what are some great drugstore micro thin brow tip pencils that you love that I should invest in? I even said if you know some expensive ones, let a girl know, because I'm always on the hunt. But I really was looking for something drugstore, and you guys delivered. The way I started my brows a lot in February is with the e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. Mine is in one of the deep brown shades. It doesn't say the name on here, or I would tell you, but it is a nice micro tip. Really love that because I like starting my brows with some feathery strokes up front. And some pencils that are either in that triangular shape or even a wooden pencil, they can get a little too rounded and then start to be a little too blocky up front. They don't look natural, and it makes it really hard to be able to achieve an natural brow that doesn't look too crazy. And my brows, again, as many of you know, are not my favorite thing to do, although a lot of you have been complimenting them a lot. Thank you. I recently also put up a reel on Instagram and on TikTok, a video of some of my favorite brow products that I've been using behind the scenes a lot. Be sure to go check those out if you are interested. Thank you guys so much for letting me know about this brow pencil though, because I am loving it. And there is one other one that you guys mentioned, and I happened to see it was in the Boxycharm pop-up. I already have it. I love it. I just uploaded an extra video this week on my January Boxycharm that was so delayed that I also wanted to give you a little extra spicy information in there and let you know about my first pop-up delivery. I have one more coming because I was very excited with the last pop-up we had with Boxycharm. So if you did not see that video that I kind of threw an extra one in there for you this week, I will be sure to link it above and below. It's a Boxycharm video. I know I have a lot of Boxy babes in the audience. I am going to, just so you know, try, I can't promise it every week because life is still crazy, we're still not back to normal, but I am going to start trying to pepper in some more Thursday videos. As many of you know, if you've been with my channel a while, I used to upload religiously Thursdays and Sundays as if it were a religion. It was an ongoing thing that I did all the time, and really it's because of the pandemic that I couldn't commit to that time frame anymore. My work had tripled down. I live in a tiny space, and I was just kind of going through the stress motions, and it was just all too much. Now I'm starting to be able to breathe again, and I'm having so many great content ideas for you guys that I want to talk to you more, so I'm going to do my best to upload more on Thursdays. Again, I can't promise it every Thursday. Please don't get mad at me if I'm not doing every single Thursday, but Sundays, your girl's here for you. I got you. So many of you let me know that you look forward to our Sunday time together, and I do too. But as I can, I'm going to start uploading again on Thursday. So be sure to be subscribed and hit that notification bell, because now there could be more Nichole to have here. And if you're not hitting that notification bell, you may miss some. I've heard from so many of you guys that you're even subscribed to me. You're like, why is this not telling me that you uploaded? Even on regular Sunday videos. I don't know. YouTube is crazy. Anyways, check out that last video if you want to know another pencil that you guys told me was amazing, and you were so right. I am loving that along with this e.l.f. pencil. Okay, back to something that I did get recently from Boxycharm, and I'm so happy that I did. It is my choice item, and I let you know that there are so many great things about this that I'm using it almost every day now. This is my Brow Bar by Reema Bombshell palette. I got mine in the shade dark because I specifically love the dark powders in here. I'm also really loving this highlight shade that you can put under the brow right after you've done your brows, just to give you that little lift, because not every eyeshadow palette has a nice highlighter for under the brow, in the corner, all the things. I really like that about this. And I also really am appreciative that Brow Bar by Reema apparently watched my YouTube video and commented on it, and they were saying, oh my gosh, we love this review, we love you. They want to send me their medium version as well, because I was asking you guys, how do I use this piece of it? And you let me know it's more of like a corrector or a contour, but clearly this is too dark for my natural skin tone, so they want to send me the medium as well. If they do end up sending that, I'll be sure to let you guys know and try that piece out for you and kind of see how things work. And I'm so appreciative that the brands that I'm, you know, taking the time to do the deep dive reviews on are starting to notice, so I really appreciate that. My brows look great with this. I love that this product has less fallout than the original that I've hit pan on. This one is the True Glam, and you can definitely see I have loved this product up. But she's real messy. She gets in a little bit of a mess everywhere. I love that this powder, I don't know how it's different. It is not as messy, at least not yet. So stay tuned and I'll keep you updated if it is. But it's definitely keeping my brows in check, and I do need it a little bit darker to kind of go with my hair color, and I think it's doing a great job. Okay, who's ready to throw it back with Boxycharm with me? I can't even remember when we received this face palette, but this has been the face palette I have been reaching for all month long. I even teased it for you guys again on my Instagram stories to let you know what are the products I am using on the regular. I kind of like to throw those in for you every now and again so you can really see in the day-to-day what am I reaching for. And I kept finding myself reaching for this COVEREX face palette. This is the Perfector face palette in light medium. And girl, I have to tell you, I hit pan on a piece of this just last week. I can't even believe it. I've really been reaching into this for this bronzer here. I'm loving putting the brightener in my inner corner on my eye looks because it doesn't even matter what eye look I'm doing. It just brightens that section of your eye and it draws you in. But this powder, girl, I've hit pan on that powder. It is so good. My favorite way to use this powder is with one of my more flat, like, is this a kabuki brush? This is called a round top blender brush from Luxie. I like taking these flatter ones, pressing into the powder, and then when I'm needing just some brightening and lightening in this area, this whole front area, I pack and press this in. I also do it across the nose because it's after I've contoured my nose down and I want it to look a little bit more smoothed out and natural and not like I've got some lines on my face. It's all about the blending, but this powder also has a light reflective property in it, and it just really makes everything look awake, brighter. It smooths everything, and as I'm looking at this powder even more, since it does have these light specks into it, you know what it actually reminds me of? For my babes in the audience that have the Tati Beauty Volume 1 Neutrals eyeshadow palette, this reminds me of her nude eyeshadow that has the, is it the sequin row that just has the really nice reflective properties, but it's still very matte and creamy? That's what this reminds me of. Love, love, love it, love it. I feel like it really brightens up the face. It really allows you to look natural, but put together and smooth and nice with more powder. I don't ask how the witchcraft happens. I'm just happy it does. I have been reaching for this nonstop, and it's a throwback. It's something that we have had in our collection for a very long time. I'm glad to be able to kind of still pull back things that we haven't maybe talked about in a while and still say I love them, because I do. Speaking of a glowy base because of that powder, I'm really still not understanding something that I just got from Boxycharm. I have tried it as a skincare item on the body. I have tried it on my face. I have tried it as a primer. I have tried it as anything I could think of to make this thing work, and I'm just struggling. And it's a bougie ass brand, so I want to make it work. I kind of wanted to hear what you guys thought about it in my last Boxycharm video. This is the FARSALI Rose Gold Elixir. I thought it was some kind of moisturizer thing because it's called a 24K moisturizing gel cream. Put it on my legs, nothing. Put it on my arms, nothing. Put it on my face, the gold flecks make me nervous. It's just like you can see some gold flecks in here, but it doesn't make anything look, even up close, after it's been sitting down for just a few seconds here, it doesn't really do much for you. I do see some gold flecks on the back of my hand, and that makes me nervous as a very sensitive skin girl. I'm worried it's gonna break me out. I am noticing some little breakouts, and this is one of the things that I'm curious if it has done that for me, because they're just like those tiny pimples that they're just obnoxious and you can see them through your makeup. It's really annoying. And I'm like, did this do it? I don't know. But then it makes everything really sticky. Okay, now it's like dried down, but it's still like a little bit attacked. It does feel kind of smooth though. I don't know. It's not really doing much blurring or anything, so I don't get the hype behind this. If you got this, or have you tried this, do you enjoy it? How do you like to use it? I'm still on the fence about this because I don't want to break out a lot. I'm so sensitive with my skin, and it's like I said, it doesn't make your skin glowy or anything, or I would have put that on instead of some of the bronzer I did on my body. That's kind of, at the moment, a fail for me, but it's so new to my collection, I feel like I just need to let you know where my head's at with it. Speaking of where my head is at with something from Boxycharm, Did not know we were getting so many duplicates from Boxycharm. I feel like the first half of 2021 with Boxy, I'm a diehard lover. I even told you guys just this past week on my Instagram that I looked it up, and I have been with Boxycharm since 2016 in January. January of 2016. That's longer than I've been married. This is a long-term committed relationship, Boxycharm, which is why, you know, sometimes the spark doesn't go out. It's just, you know, you got to make an effort to keep the spark alive. It's that kind of thing. And I'm feeling like there have been more duplicates even than I understood at first, including something that I got recently that I ended up putting in my collection after I already had it. And I told you I liked it, but then I forgot I had one already in my collection from apparently the end of last year. It's the Soft Glow Drops from Rhode. Now, someone tell me why this one is really pink that I just got and the one I got before is a paler color. They don't say shade names on them, so I'm super duper confused here. They look different, at least they're not listed on here. I forgot about this, and, it's too far down, but there's an NCLA nail, gel that you get for your nails, something like that. I already got that, and I thought I gave the other one away, but I found it in my drawers when I was organizing them while I'm prepping for a declutter video for you guys. So I was like, wait, I already got that duplicate too. I'm gonna put that, I guess, in one of the recent giveaways. It's like one of those things where you're just like, wait, there are so many duplicates that are coming left, right, center from Boxy that I'm not used to that. I've been with Boxycharm for so long, we never saw duplicates. And now we're getting all kinds of duplicates that I'm just like, you guys used to have a better track of this in the system. Like, for new people joining Boxycharm, it's one thing to give them stuff that maybe the rest of us have gotten, but when we've been with you a long time, now we're getting the same things back to back in a close time frame, I'm getting confused here. So fail on me that I didn't even remember I had this, but also, just like, what's happening, Boxycharm? You need to keep the spark alive. We've been together too long for this. Okay, let's get back to some stuff that I am loving. After last year, I fell in love with something again from Boxycharm because we do have great times, Boxycharm. We do. The Too Faced Chocolate Gold Bronzer with the shimmer in it makes my heart happy. I love this a lot, but in these winter months, I've been like, what else do I have? Well, when we got this, I then went and bought myself the matte version that we thought we were getting from Boxy. This is the Chocolate Soleil bronzer. I have been reaching for this nonstop pretty much January and February. It's practically the same thing, but with zero shimmer in it. It's a gorgeous tone that you can build up. Look at that. That's very pigmented. It's super blendable, super smooth. I don't feel like it adds a ton of texture to my face. I feel like if I need a lighter hand with it to maybe use it as a light contour, I can. But I usually use it as a bronzer just to warm up the face. Today, I also took the opportunity to warm up the body with it. I was wearing this camel colored tank and I felt like I was blending in too much with it. So I did want to bronze me up just a smidge with this, and it was so easy to do. I love getting just like, this is a Moda Pro brush, big fluffy brushes like this, and just kind of warming up the body a little bit, especially in the winter months. I know I live in Tampa, but my St. Louis soul still likes to warm up the body in the earlier months of the year when it's still been too chilly to, you know, get yourself some vitamin D. So I used to do this all the time in St. Louis, so I wanted to do it again with this fluffy brush. And if you do like Moda Pro brushes, I do have a discount link below for them. This is one of my favorites though to kind of do either with the face or on the body. I have been really loving this bronzer a lot. It's very natural and it's been going with a lot of just like the powders and the easy things that I have been using to keep my face. It's like a fresh, youthful look. It's nothing that's gonna be too piled on or too heavy. Loving it. Speaking of something that will not be too piled on or heavy, but add a beautiful finish to you, let's just talk really quickly about a brand new product I got from my February Boxycharm Premium that did show up. It's the Laura Mercier Baked Radiance Powder. This is in Highlight 01. Oh, girl. Girl, girl, girl. This is stunning. It is so beautiful. I am absolutely loving this for a subtle highlight, but you can absolutely build this baby up to be blinding. It's not a problem, but it does keep it still very smooth. It keeps it where it's not adding texture, it's not emphasizing pores or breakouts or anything. It's just such a nice light dusting that naturally looks so beautiful. I am loving this product a lot, and I'm super happy I got it, even though I have a ton of highlighters. I'm actually working also on a highlighter face powder collection for you. I'm not sure what I'm titling it yet, but it's coming. It was before I got this though, so it is just so good. Really happy to have added this to my collection. And I also like using it on the eyes, like in that inner corner when you just need to liven up an eye look just a bit. So good. And a Thursday video that I uploaded about 2 weeks ago now, if you missed it, was something that was brand new on the market. I don't generally do the whole hype, this is a brand new thing out there, let me just go buy it and tell you about it, because I do live a little bit more simply here. I don't believe you have to have excess, you just need to have quality things. And so many of you guys let me know on Instagram that you thought this was just my color story, that it was going to just speak the Nichole soul. And after seeing it and so many of you tagging me in it that you wanted to see me like do a tutorial for you, I was like, how could I not? It definitely is screaming me. I was excited to get the Urban Decay Naked Wild West palette. And I know a lot of people are like, we're done to death with the Naked line. For me personally, I never really got too much into that hype during the time. I did have, I think, one of their palettes. I think the number 3 was that the rose gold looking one. I ended up gifting that away years ago. I think at least maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago. So I haven't had that in my collection for a long time. And if you saw my eyeshadow palette collection, you know I didn't have any of these. And it was mostly because that color story didn't work for me. Whereas this color story, you guys are right. Screamed Nichole. I'm absolutely loving it. I'm wearing this on my eyes today. I did I think my first, well, one of my first Instagram reels and TikToks, all the stuff that I don't feel like I'm actually cool enough to say, but you guys want to see. I did do a fast tutorial with this product. I was loving it so much, and I will go ahead and link that video for you above and below as well. If you did miss me doing a full review of this, and a lot of you said, does Urban Decay know that you could actually do commercials for them? Because that whole intro of that video is very much like a ad commercial for this product. It's a lot of fun though. I was having a good time with it. Does have a lot of fallout like their normal formula does, but it's super pigmented, super pretty. So it's just pretty much if you're interested in this color story. I think I could pull this baby out through spring, summer, fall. It's got a lot of great colors. You could do some mermaidy looks, some summery warm tone nude looks. It's a lot of great neutrals. And girl, I gotta tell you about 2 other Boxycharm things. I try not to get too into it before I've had them long enough to play with, because I've already told you a ton of things in here that I've waited a long time to tell you how I felt about them, because I wanted to do the deep dives. But sometimes when you're just in love with something and you know it, you just kind of want to talk about it with your friends. I got 2 eyeshadow palettes that I cannot stop putting my hands, brushes, and fingers into. And this one made me go, who are you? It's like I just met you for the first time, even though I've tried this brand in other capacities before. This is the Wander Beauty Getaway Eye and Face Palette. Shocked me. 1010% shocked me, because I've yet to have something from Wander Beauty that I enjoyed to the level that I am with this eyeshadow palette. It's absolutely a neutral lover's dream. You can use the matte shades to really build up a gorgeous crease on them. The shimmers look great in the crease or on the lid. There is a blush and an amazing highlighter that I also love to use in all of my eye looks. I can tell you the formula on this shocked me. I had no idea how good their eyeshadows were until I got this tiny little palette that is just been my go-to. I have used this in combination with this, in combination with this brand new baby that I'm about to tell you about as well. It is so creamy. It is so blendable. It is, again, something that you can use really quickly. If you are a mom in the morning doing the kids' Zoom meetings for school and you've got your own meetings and house stuff to do, this is super fast and easy. But also if you're a professional like I am, where you're doing meetings that are like with a bunch of different people on a Zoom call, sometimes you don't have a lot of notice. This is a great, beautiful, blendable palette, but also it's something that you can dress up or, you know, have it as a natural look. I feel like I've gotten a lot of sexy, sultry looks with it too. This summer, I could see this being a beautiful golden goddess look. Love it, love it, love it. I gotta stop talking about it. My battery's running out and I still have to tell you about more stuff. Speaking of new to my collection, I finally got my January premium box that I keep telling you, go check it out from last Thursday. But I have to say, I've never gotten the opportunity to try some Ofra formulas for anything other than highlight. I've gotten to try only their highlights, but it was always these three. I had never gotten to try the shade Blissful that I am loving. It's this gorgeous, the shade Blissful of the highlight is like one of my new standout favorites. I love the warmer chocolatey tone to it. I'm loving the formula of all of these eyeshadows. I love the bronzer color and tone. I'm even liking the blush. The blush maybe is my least favorite piece of this whole thing, but that's just because I've got a lot of other nice blushes right now that are really complementing my skin tone. So I think I'm gonna like this even more, but stay tuned and be subscribed. I just got this and I am loving, loving, loving so far. I love being able to try more things from lines I love, you know what I mean? And the formula on these shadows shocked me. Moving into some lifestyle favorites, the holidays were just here and I got some gift cards from family members, and I went and purchased with one of my gift cards something that I have not had in years, and it is literally one of my OG favorite perfumes ever. This is the Victoria's Secret Heavenly scent. I used to get this and smell like this all the time. And by smell like this all the time, I mean they had like this powder scented thing that was in this scent. I had the sparkly stuff, I had the perfumes, I had the lotions. They had a whole line. And I'm putting on more. I probably shouldn't. Whatever. I like to put it in my hair too, so that way it smells like me. This is one of those scents that just really works well with like my body chemistry, and it just is one of those things that I have loved, and I forgot how much I loved it until I was like, maybe I'll go get a perfume with this gift card. So happy. So happy I did. It was a lot of people's favorites too. If you are pretty much my age, if you've been in my age bracket, this was a hyped product back in the day. So I was pretty excited to get this again. Now for my hair, I told you guys in the beginning of this video, the way that I have been loving to kind of get some extra body to my naturally wavy hair. Keep in mind, I already have wavy curly-ish hair, but sometimes the elements outside can really either make it frizzy or weigh it down. What I have been doing is the bathrobe hair tie hack technique that was definitely going around on TikTok. I did again make a reel in TikTok of it to show you guys, because a lot of you guys hadn't seen how it's been done before. You kind of wanted to know how I did it differently. I do mine a little differently because I like some volume on the top of my head, and apparently Gen Z, who I guess runs TikTok, doesn't really want that. They also don't like our side parts, but I don't really give a shit. That's what I do. Get off my lawn, kids. This is how I do it here. I have a little extra tip in my short video on how I get the volume on the top of my head. So if you do want to see that, again, I'm going to be linking my TikTok and Instagram below so you can check out how I get my wavy curls. But a lot of this is from really easy tip that you can do. Grab your robe tie that goes around your waist, and you're going to put it in your hair and wrap your hair around it. Really, it's that simple. Sleep in it, and then you sleep in it. Some people, I think, only have to leave it in for so many hours, but it's soft enough that I just sleep in it like most people do, and then the next day when you wake up, it's like all pretty. But to see all of the extra tips I have in there, go check those out. And I let you guys know on Instagram that I was loving something new that we have in our kitchen, in our tiny, tiny kitchen. And I'm one of those people, because we do live tiny, I don't like a lot of clutter on our countertops. I just don't. So when I let you guys know that this was something that I couldn't now live without, even living tiny, a lot of you were like, girl, I have one of those similar, but I love that yours rotates. It's a air fryer, but mine is a combo air fryer, where it's also like a toaster oven, but it also has a rotating piece in it, so you could have rotating fries in there to like cook your fries. I think you can also do meat that way. It has a lot of different options. I'm gonna link it in my Amazon links below, along with this top, because a lot of you keep saying, hey, if you have something cute that you're wearing, please link it below. And this is also this camel top that I've got going. It's a knit top that's in the shade camel. I will link that below as well for you. But the air fryer has changed the game for us. Again, I don't like things on my counter. I like everything clean, but this one is super cute. And in one of the shades that we love, it's that teal shade. I love that it rotates. I love that it's multifaceted and it cooks things super quickly. And it doesn't make the house hot, which is a big deal when you live tiny in Tampa, Florida. Real talk. So I thought I would go ahead and link those lifestyle pieces for you below as well. Now, as I love to do at the end of all of my faves and fails, is do some shout outs because you guys are my favorite parts of the month every single month. I have a lot of people that I definitely want to shout out, I think, this month. So first and foremost, I want to shout out Erica Ashley. She just started a YouTube channel. She's an esthetician. She and I have been friends on Instagram and here on my YouTube channel forever. And I wanted to show you some love, girl. Thank you so much. And her channel, her new channel, will be linked below. I think I shouted out this person a couple years ago, but girl, you were on every video right in the beginning, giving me your thoughts, putting out paragraphs of comments. Carol Garcia, I so appreciate seeing you in like literally every video. Again, I think I shouted you out like maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, but you are still one of my ride or dies, and I love talking with you about makeup and all kinds of fun things. Thank you, girl. Self-taught glamour, girl, you are in every one of my comments now as well. I'm seeing you all the time. I think she may even have a channel, so I'm gonna link her below. Thank you, girl. Shannon, I hope I don't butcher your last name, but Shannon Noir, am I saying your name right? You are always there in my videos too, commenting, letting me know your thoughts, telling me what you got. Also letting me know that you just can't wait until I upload. Girl, you guys always make me feel so special. Thank you so, so much. And that's really why I want to get back to at least trying to do 2 days a week. Because as much as I have a lot on my plate behind the scenes, I still love connecting with you guys. And just, it brightens my day to film with you guys and hang out with you guys every week. So it's so nice to hear that my work and my content makes you guys super happy too. Thank you so much for letting me know. And Jean, I always have my extra Jean in the comments because a lot of you guys hear me say all the time here on my channel, I might do a little bit extra this, a little bit of extra that because I have that extra Jean, and my girl Jean always lets me know she is in the comments ready to be my extra Jean. I love you so much, girl. You guys are all so awesome. I know not everybody has the same experience that I have on YouTube where we just kind of like have this great community of just positive, happy, trying to uplift each other people. So I'm so, so grateful for you guys. I love when you guys tell me that you've shared my videos with other friends that are similar to us that just want to come hang out and have a good time, enjoy the girly chats, talk about skincare, makeup, all the stuff. I just love you guys so much, and you make this such a happy space for me to want to be able to upload more for you. So thank you, friends. Whew, this has been a super long video. So if you are still here at the very end, I appreciate all of you guys. And you just never know when you could be shouted out in my next faves and fails. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you happen to be new to my crazy, weird little channel, hi new friends. I hope you take a quick moment to hit that subscribe button down below so you don't miss out on all of these fun, loud, weird, unique videos I do every single week, hopefully coming to you even more soon.